Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, today we are talking about mortgages, right? Okay, so at some point in your life, if you're really serious about your business, if you're really serious about growing your business, you're going to want your business to support your lifestyle. That means that your business is going to be paying your mortgage. It's going to be paying your car payments, your gas and electric and all that. This is going to be how you live. That is where we want our businesses to be. We want to get out of having the broke businesses, okay? So if you grow your business the way you're supposed to, at some point you're going to want to buy a house, or you might want to refinance a house or something like that, right? So then that's when mortgage companies start looking at your financials. They want to see your tax returns. They want to see profit and loss statements. They want to see all these things to make sure that you qualify for the loan. It's not just because you say so. It's because they need to see this documentation. And a lot of times it's harder for self-employed people to qualify for loans because this is not a W-2 thing where you go and work at a job and you have a set salary. When it comes down to being self-employed, proving your income can be a little bit more difficult because you are in charge of creating your income, right? So, you've got income fluctuations, all of these things. So sometimes it can be challenging for self-employed people to qualify for mortgages. But what happens when you ain't telling the truth? Okay. So I saw an interesting statistic this morning that said that mortgage fraud is up 12% from the previous year. 1 out of every 109 mortgage applications contain some evidence of fraud, and misrepresenting income is up 22%. So I want to talk a little bit about mortgage fraud. I haven't talked about this topic in a while, but it's coming up now because I have people who are wanting to refinance their homes, who are trying to buy their homes. And how this shows up to the tax professional is that we get a call saying, hey, can you please amend, the last 2 years' taxes because I want to claim more expenses. And so this is an instance of mortgage fraud. So basically what happens is that you file your taxes knowing that you're trying to qualify for a loan so that you show more profit in your business by not deducting all of your expenses. Then when you qualify for the mortgage, you get your house and, everything is great. Then you want to go back and try and amend those taxes to claim those expenses that you didn't claim before to reduce your tax liability, or perhaps get a refund of some taxes that you paid, okay? That is mortgage fraud. And so what I want you to understand is that mortgage fraud is a federal crime, okay? And so it usually gets found out through the tax return, okay? So we, back in 2000, I guess before 2008, maybe, right? Before 2008, you had all kinds of, mortgage loans, all kind of willy-nilly, no doc loan. You just say that you're going to qualify for this, $500,000 mortgage, and the lender says, okay, cool. And then, all kinds of crazy stuff happened in the mortgage industry, and that led to a lot of change. And so, but now, especially in higher, in states with higher home prices like California, New York, and New Jersey, New England type areas where home prices are high, there are more people that are basically lying on their mortgage applications, and it's generally about their income so that they can qualify for a mortgage. Lying on a mortgage application is a federal crime, okay? And that's handled by the FBI, okay? And mortgage fraud can carry a penalty of up to 30 years in a federal prison, or $1 million and up to $1 million in fines, or a combination of those two. And how that shows up again is falsifying incomes, assets, falsifying debt. I think that was one of the things that Paul Manafort got in trouble for. Your identity, or devaluing or inflating the value of real estate. Okay, so there's lots of ways to lie on a mortgage application. And so there's two main types of mortgage fraud. There's fraud for profit and fraud for housing. Generally, for self-employed individuals, unless you're in the real estate industry, we're talking about fraud for housing, because this is basically you lying, about getting a residence for your personal use, about, wanting to finance that. So what happens is, like I said, for tax professionals, this is where we have to be careful and really have to be diligent and cognizant about what we're doing. Because when people just say, hey, can you go back and amend these taxes? Okay, sure. But the question is, why are you amending the taxes? See, when someone says, okay, I left off these expenses and I want to go back and add them, that gives me a red flag, because usually is everybody know to write off everything that they possibly can. But when you're trying to qualify for a mortgage, you might not do that. You might not write off everything, because you need to show a profit that's going to dictate that you can pay for this mortgage that you are trying to acquire. But see, the problem is that industry professionals can also be fined and get in lots of trouble, being a party to mortgage fraud. Everybody from brokers, notary publics, and tax professionals. Okay, we can lose our licenses because we're participating in basically in this scheme. And so you as a professional have to be, more aware of of these things when you got customers coming to you and asking the right questions, and and looking for that. The other thing that you have to be careful of is, on the tax professional side, or even as an accountant, a lot of times you'll get lenders who want you to send letters certifying that the income that this person is providing is true and accurate. No, it might be true and accurate based on the information they provided you, but to say that it's true and accurate, period, you have no idea if someone is really lying to you about their income and expenses. You just truly don't know unless you're there, and you're not. So I don't send those types of certifications, because that then makes me a party if you're doing something hinky and fraudulent, right? And so as professionals, we can lose our licenses. Listen to this. A single federal mortgage fraud conviction can cost a professional as much as $1 million in fines. Now, I don't know about you, but I just don't have $1 million just sitting around to go pay somebody else, okay? Because if I had $1 million just sitting around doing nothing, I would be somewhere on a beach, sipping on something with an umbrella. Okay, but at the state levels, penalties can range from a few $1,000s for a misdemeanor conviction to $100,000 up for felony convictions. So, mortgage fraud is really nothing to play with. Okay, like this is something that that the government is hip to, period. Okay. And you as the, and a lot of times self-employed people don't know this. They think, oh, okay, I just won't show all these expenses. I'll have my profit. And then after I get my house, I'll go back and amend, and, I can claim these expenses, bring down that tax liability, and life is good. Absolutely not. That is just not how this works. That is mortgage fraud. And so to amend the taxes is not the crime. It's that you lied on a mortgage application. You either made $50,000 or you didn't make $50,000. Which one is it? Right? So then if you say, okay, well, I did make $50,000. Okay. So then you're lying on your taxes. See? So you can't do that. All right. You have to know. So when you are, trying to qualify for a mortgage, the cost of doing business may be that you pay higher taxes. And then once you get in your home, you write off everything under the sun that you can legally write off. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean you get to go back and try to claim expenses and whatnot that you didn't write off before, because then that puts you in a whole different ball of wax that you just don't even want to be in. Okay. So buying a home and qualifying for a mortgage can be, like I said, can be difficult for self-employed individuals, but that does not mean that you're going to go back and just amend and life is going to go on. No, because mortgage lenders have do what's called a look back. They go back and, they're looking at your tax returns and how did you file, and they're looking at the profit and loss statement that you provided today, and then you file your taxes, and then it's something completely different. There's a difference between a profit and loss statement being off by like a couple hundred dollars, maybe even $1,000, versus it's just you $20,000 difference. Absolutely not. So as a tax professional, watch out when somebody's asking you to amend, and that's one of the things that you need to ask. Did you recently purchase a home? And then for my buyers, for my home business owners, my self-employed people, just know that, if you're getting ready to purchase a home, then you're probably going to have to pay more in taxes, but that's just going to be the cost of doing business for you to get your home. Get in your home, get your whole life, and then you can write off everything after that. But don't go back trying to amend these taxes, because then you're going to be dealing with the FBI. I told y'all, I ain't about dealing with all of these initials, okay? I got the IRS. I don't need the FBI, the CIA, the SEC, the ATF. I don't need all them extra initials. No, I'm good with one. All right. Okay. So I really hope this helps you out. And listen, you guys, it's that time of year. If you need to book a consult, reach out to me here at www.homebiztaxchat.com. Schedule your 15-minute complimentary consult. Let's see how we can get you ready for tax season. All right. So thank you guys so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.